we're done with all of the things like the images formed in plane mirror. And of course, if I'm gonna ask you to describe an image formed in any mirror, it could be a flat mirror or a curved mirror, you have to state these three descriptors. First is the size of the image. Is the image the same? Usually, when we are talking all about a size of the image, especially if we will talk all about the ray method later on, we are referring to the height of the object only, since we are talking all about two-dimensional representation of the image. So again, we usually refer to the size of the image as the height of the image. So, is the height of the image the same with that of the object? So your answer would be same size. Letter B, if the height of the image is reduced or smaller compared to the height of the object, so you will say reduced. If the height of the image is larger or it's magnified compared to the size or to the height of your object, you will answer magnified. So again, the first thing that you're gonna say is the size of the image. Second is the orientation of the image. Is the image upright, meaning nagtindog ba siya? Is the image inverted, meaning nabali ba siya? So those are the two or duha nimo ka choices for the orientation of the image. And for the third one, the type of the image, is it virtual or real? So there are many things nga pwede na to i-check, but I wrote there or I included there in the presentation the points to check to be able for us to easily determine if it is a real image or a virtual image. First, most of the time, if if an image is formed in front of the mirror, and if an image is inverted, and if the image is formed where reflected rays converge, and if the image is formed because of the intersection of straight lines, automatic that is real image. Okay? And then, pangalawa, if the image is formed behind the mirror, or if the image is upright, meaning nagtindog, if the image is formed somehow where the reflected rays diverge, meaning nagbulag, and if the image is formed because of the intersection of broken lines, automatic that is virtual image. So later on, mahibawaan na nato or we will try to clarify things based on these points to check. But I would like to inform everyone that these points to check, not necessarily you have to complete all of these four. Guide lang ni sila nga mga points to easily determine if real image ba siya or virtual image. Now, okay, so in this case, we have the image form in the plane mirror. So in this case, the first thing that you're gonna say is the size of the image. Since this is our object here, let me have my laser pointer. If this is this object here, and this is your image here, your image has the same height with your object. So you will answer same size, okay? Next, the image here is nagtindog. So your answer here is upright, meaning nagtindog siya. And the next or the last one is you have to revisit the points to check kanina. Number 1, the image is upright. Number 2, the image is found behind the mirror. And number 3, there are broken lines involved. So automatic, the answer here is virtual. Tapos may nakalagay na virtual image. Okay, next. Same here, same size siya. It's because the image is the same with your object. So na siya same size, no? And then, since the image here is upright, just like your object, so your answer there is upright. Meaning, nagtindog siya. Okay, klaro kaayo, wala na bali ang ato ang image. And the next one is, you cannot check the intersection of the lines, but you can check the first two. One, is it formed behind the mirror? So the answer there is yes. Second, is it upright? The answer there is yes. So automatic, if we try to revisit the points to check, the answer or the last descriptor here should be virtual. So this is same size, upright, and virtual image. So we also have here this object here. that is same size because the height of the object is the same with the height of the image. Next, it is upright because wala siya nabali, no? Nagtindog gihapon ang ato ang virtual image and nakalagay na dito sa screen that it is a virtual image. So let's try to check the points, no? First, is it found or is it formed behind the mirror? The answer is yes. Is it upright? The answer is yes. Are there intersection of broken lines? Yes. So automatic, it is a virtual image. Next, there are also images that are formed in curved mirrors like this. So, if we try to check, we have the spoon, for example, we have a concave mirror and a convex mirror. The question is, how are we going to describe all of these images? Diba? Unsaon man. So, first, let's try to check the two types of mirror, curved mirrors that we are going to talk all about here in this chapter. First is a concave mirror. So when we say a concave mirror, so murag ang iyahang reflective side naa sa pailalom. Mura siya pailalom nga part sa imong kutsara. And then the back part of your kutsara is non-reflective. That is a concave mirror. While on the convex mirror, it's like this is a type of mirror that you can see there in the 7-Eleven or any drugstore nga kanang murag na ay bulge out diha ang kanang mirror at the top part of the establishment. That is a convex mirror. But this time, we will talk all about concave mirror muna. Okay? Concave mirror muna tayo. So, please prepare your materials and I want you to take note of all these points. Vertex, we have V, center of the curvature, which is the center of our circle later on, the radius of the curvature, which is represented by big letter R, the spherical diameter, which is simply the radius times 2, and then the focal point is big letter F or capital letter F, while the focal length is small letter f, principal axis is P, and the normal line is N. I want you to take a screenshot of this if you can. Don't forget, don't worry if I'm being too fast because anyway, you can simply pause the video. So don't worry about that. I want you to remember all of these points and their description because that will be very helpful for our activity. Okay. Now, before we start, I have here the different cases. So case number 1 is object at infinity. Example is the heavenly bodies, which is very, very far from us. And then case number 2, it is object before C. I will show you this later. This is non-graded, case 2. And then case 3, which is in yellow, this is object found on C. And then case 4, which is in green, this is object found between C and F. And then case 5, it is object found on F. And case 6, this is object found between F and C. So I want you to take note of all of these cases. So I'm going to show you case 2 later, and then case 3 also non-graded, but for cases 4, 5, and 6, it will be graded na. Okay? So this time, I want you to prepare all of your materials.